Hello everyone, it's me again. I actually cleared up off enough space to do another video. The last video I did, it was kind of impromptu, kind of showing off the custom Nendoroids I have. But anyways, I was like, it's kind of it's hot, but like a dreary day at the same time, so it's kind of weird. But I was like, let me go ahead and open a Nendoroid today. I was like, which ones can I open? And of course, my eyes met this one first, and I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and do a video of him because I really haven't seen. I've seen a couple where they do like the short unboxing videos, but I haven't actually seen somebody like open him up and talk about him. But this is Nendoroid 1867, Aang from the Last Airbender, Avatar Last Airbender. Yeah, like this is pretty cool. I have the Korra, and I actually bought the Korra the first time around, and I really liked her, even though she is kind of like, she does come with like bare minimal. They weren't going to give her an extra faceplate, and then when fans like got upset about it, like they kind of like trolled us with the Avatar state faceplate, and it's like nobody's going to really use that. But yeah, I still love her, even though she is like I said, she is bare minimal as far as Nendoroids go. But Aang looked like he was done pretty well, and I don't think it's going to happen. But I really would like them to do the rest of the original Avatar Last Airbender crew. If they did a Toph Nendoroid, I would probably lose my shit. Or it'd be one of the ones that I get really excited about. I got excited enough to curse. I think that's the first time I've cursed on this channel. And I probably should redo this because it might get pulled down. But anyway, it's not for kids anyway. So, yes. The box is orange. I don't know if that's... I guess it's because of his outfit, but I was like, I guess they chose Nickelodeon colors. But yeah, it's just orange on the side, the back, and then of course white on the front and the top and the bottom. But it just shows like different poses you can do. He actually comes with 3 faceplates. Like Korra only came with 2. He does have the Avatar faceplate, so I guess that would be one that you could use with Korra now, like have both of them in the Avatar state. But yeah, Toph is my favorite character, so if they did a Toph, I'd be so happy. But this is kind of semi-nostalgic for me. I mean, I was a little on the older side when this came out, when Avatar Last Airbender came out, but I feel like Good Smile Company is starting to try to get everybody on the nostalgia part of things. I've noticed that with a lot of like their announcements and stuff from recent, like things that are coming out now are being made into Nendoroids are like 90s, early 2000s, and it's like, man, like I was in college when all this stuff was coming out. Like Samurai Champloo just got announced, Mugen, and I'm like, I haven't seen that in forever. Like that was pre Netflix and the streaming generation, or the streaming stage of anime, which made it more mainstream and more accessible. Like I remember going and buying like the individual DVDs for some of this stuff. But yeah, getting back to Avatar Last Airbender, it was a really good show for those who haven't seen it. I feel like it's the closest thing that America's ever going to get to anime, and I feel like it holds up. Like it holds the test of time, because I feel like a lot of like American shows, some of them don't really age well, but Avatar Last Airbender is just one of those, like you can put it on, I could put it on again and watch it and still enjoy it. But yeah, it's super good show. Nickelodeon. Korra was good too, but I still feel like the original Avatar Last Airbender was slightly better. Just because of the format, the way that the story was written, it was more cohesive story where Korra was bits and pieces of a story. But yeah, I'm super excited about this one. So let's go ahead and open him up. Okay, so for his first pose, I have him like this, which is a little combination. I mean, it's basically like the back of the box minus the happy face. It's more the stern face. It took me a while to get all the different parts assembled, but it does get the job done. But it just seems like a lot of extra parts for kind of like a little bit of a payoff. Now, I will have to admit, with the staff, it's hard to get him with the staff and Momo on the base at the same time. It does, you either have to hang the staff off, or you have to put Momo to the side or put him a little bit in the back. I don't know. I would think that they would make it a bigger base, which I do have bigger bases I could probably use, because it's funny how sometimes like Nendoroids that don't really need a bigger base get a bigger base, but then the ones that do like may need a bigger base don't get one. So I mean, that aside, I can always use it, find a bigger base to use. The only problem I found with mine, and it probably is going to be common, I don't know if you could see that, but there's like this little blue smear. It's actually on the back part. I think I'm going to try to get it off with some magic eraser and scrub it a little bit and see if it just gets it off in that crack, because they're actually like the blue paint is down in the crevice of it, but I think it's just the corner that makes it look kind of bad. But I mean, like it's doable for me. The line seems to be straight enough. There's a little bit of a dip right here in the line, but it's not that bad, because like it's not like the Saitama Nendoroids where it comes with one full head. It's faceplates, which I think, to me, honestly, like I would have rather had the full heads, but they probably wouldn't have done as many faces if they had done the full head. So I can understand why, because it does save on cost. But yeah, like it wasn't that difficult to put it together. Just a lot of extra parts to make the different poses. There are some in here that there are some elbow pieces that kind of push in further, like maybe he's attacking with them. So I'm going to try to do that one next, just to use those, just to see. He also comes with the bent leg part, so I'm going to see how those are as far as changing those out and if it's difficult or not. So yeah, this is the first pose, and I will be right back with the second. So here he is in the second pose. I actually really like this, and it came out a lot better than I thought it would. He has two bent legs, but the bent legs are at different angles. So like this leg right here is farther back, where this one is kind of up front. So they kind of slide in differently. They look a little similar, but they're not quite. But I like the actual like action stance that it creates. So I actually like the fact that they didn't just give you like the same bent leg for the other side. Like I actually really like this, because it gives a little bit more action to him. I put him in the avatar state, and they actually have two, they have a left and a right grab hand. So I was like, well, let me have him put his staff behind his back while he's attacking, because you can use the ball to either sit on or use it as an air attack. Now, the only thing about this is that he is in the avatar state. Like Korra came with many different elemental effects, so it would have been nice if they were going to include the avatar state, that they would make, they would have like a couple more elements in there, like the rock or the fire or water. But I may actually put fillers out on Chibi Chop Shop and see if I can get a double of the like fire and water effects and use it for Aang. Because that's how I have Korra posed anyway. But yeah, hopefully I can find some extra parts, because this is really cool. I'm actually going to go ahead and change him into the third and final pose for the day. It's going to be the sitting pose, and I just think that's so cute. So here's hoping it doesn't take me all night. Okay, so this one took me a minute. I like a little bit of symmetry, and trying to get the peg from this to go under and up above to where he could sit on it was just so, and I mean, like, you can even see, like, he looks more leaned back than I feel he should. I mean, it still gets the job done, but I feel like it should be like directly underneath him. I feel what happened is that they used this long support peg so that it could basically do both. It could support him under this and could also use for attacks, where a shorter one wouldn't be able to do both. I feel, but at the same time, like, I almost feel like I want to find a shorter support peg to see if I can get it posed a little bit better. The other thing that I noticed with mine, and I don't know if it's all, with this particular faceplate, there is a gap, like a pretty noticeable gap on the top of his head, which kind of bothers me. It seems that this particular faceplate, the plastic molding wasn't completely flushed. And there's like a piece that looks like it's oddly shaped, like this, like there's a part on this side that needs to be kind of shaven down so that everything fits more flush. I may or may not try to sand it. I may just try to pick up an extra faceplate if I see it. Because I mean, like, I'm not going to be looking at the top of his head, but I am a tall guy, so when I go and I walk by him, I'm always going to see it. So that just kind of concerns me a little bit, because that is kind of bad. But yeah, altogether, I think he's really, really cute. I'm glad I picked him up, besides the flaws here and there. But just letting you know, you're going to spend time, like, if you put him in many different poses, you're going to spend time fiddling with it back and forth. And I mean, like, with it being in plastic bags versus the packaging, you may end up flipping and I think that's what I did, is that I flipped the bag on the wrong side. So I had the left and the right on wrong. And so now I'm like, okay, what parts are the left side? What part are the right side? And they have them marked, but I'm always like, is that your left or my left? I mean, my left or his left? So just be aware that you're going to have a lot of different parts, but he is super cute. I love the fact that you can actually, like, if you want to do more of an action pose, you can have him in action poses. He's a little bit more diverse than Korra was. I didn't pull out the Appa just because I don't really, well, one, I forgot, and then two, I just don't really have the space for those clear plastic sheets. I think I only have one on display, and that's the magic carpet for Kaleem, and it just because it's off to the side. I could do that for Aang with Appa, but I just don't see me doing it. I mean, especially since he comes with Momo, I'll probably be displaying Momo with him, even if he's like this. But at least he did come with a pal versus Korra, who didn't. But then again, the fire ferret wasn't hers, it was Bolin's, so that's possibly why. But yeah, I guess let me know what you think. Like, if you watched Avatar: Last Airbender and Legends of Korra, like, who would you like to see made into Nendoroids next? Of course, I want to see both Toph and Lin Beifong, because they're both my favorites. But I mean, I would not shy away from a Katara. Even a Sokka would be cool, and a Zuko, and even an Azula. I've just named basically all the characters. Anyways, and let me know what Nendoroid you think I should unbox next. I think I'm going to do a Twisted Wonderland one. I don't know if I want to do... I've got Vil, Riddle, and Jade to unbox. I just want to have... I'm trying to redecorate, or like not redecorate, but I'm going to be setting my office up completely different with new stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to do it now, do the Twisted Wonderlands now, or after I get everything set up. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, and I will leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.